Good morning, everybody. My skin's not good today because I'm doing a peel with my prescription from the dermatologist to get rid of all these bumps. Right now it's dry, and rough. But this part's getting better. So just time, and thank God for Seint to hide it all from everybody. Just putting my moisturizer on because my skin is so dry. Oh, so dry. We have so much snow, you guys. I'll do an insert here and you can take a look. I just saw a little tiny bird fly under the blue spruce branch that's probably got about 1.5 feet of snow on it almost. And the bird's trying to find some shelter. So it's a good spot for him to, or her, just to hide away from it. I don't know where they get their food in this weather. I guess that's where bird feeders come into play, but then they attract rats. So we found that out many times, so we don't do that one anymore. Okay. Looks raw, doesn't it? I think I'll add another splash of moisturizer. The nice thing, see, I didn't do any, now that just reminded me, I didn't do any Seint makeup yesterday because I just hibernated with the snow. And that's probably why my skin is so dry, because if I put my moisturizer on, then put my makeup on, it holds in the moisture. The makeup, the beeswax helps too because it's moisturizing. I'm just going to use this. I buy this online. Natural eyelid serum product. Not a serum, but a cream, and it's really good. I think the company's called Aravita. And it lasts a long time because you don't use very much. And it keeps your eyelids young and less wrinkle, right? And who doesn't want that? All right, so yes, I hibernated yesterday because of the snow. And we got even more last night. I paid somebody because Walter's sick right now we don't know whether it's food poisoning. He's had it twice and maybe it's come back. He thinks he's toxic, which could be from the food poisoning, and it's reoccurred. That's a possibility. Just looking for all my brushes, and that's that. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to put on my Versailles to, first of all, cover all this. It makes it cover better if I conceal it with my brightening highlighter. So I'm taking the pointed end of my brush, and sometimes I use my fingers, sometimes I use a smaller buff brush, they call it, I think. You know, a smaller brush, but this is faster, and I can just cover it really, really fast with this. Versailles, for me, does a really good job. These hurt, by the way, what I'm doing. They're sensitive. Of course, oh, look at that little bird sitting up on that branch with a ball of snow behind him. It's picturesque. If it was sunny, it would be incredible, but it's a dull, cold. I don't know, it looks like it might snow more. Heaven forbid, we'll be here forever. So Walter has to go for some blood tests, so I'm going to have to venture out at one point in this. But I won't go early because it's so icy out there right now. We're about, we're below freezing. We're Celsius if you're American. So if I say we're -2, 3, 4, that's below freezing. And it's cold. And I'm not a fan of snow. I'm not. My kids, I lived a number of years. I was born in the East Canada, New Brunswick. Left there at 10. Lots and lots of snow in those days, of course. And then I moved. At one point, I was a few years in Calgary. Again, a lot of snow. Then we lived in northern BC, a place called Prince George, for about 10 years. Actually lived up there twice. The first time for a couple of years, and then 10 years. And my face looks like snow right now. Okay, so let's get some color in there now. That nicely covered up all the imperfections. I love Seint. I love the way it makes it just look so youthful. And that little bird is flitting all over the place. And you know what? There's a robin out there. I think that's a bit early for a robin. He doesn't know what to do with himself. He's sitting on my railing, the poor thing. It can't be a robin. It is. And I don't know where I was now. Anyway, yeah, so it covers amazingly well. Just a beautiful product. I love it. Never consider changing. I used to change so often, just buy anything that looked like it might work, something new and exciting from the Sephora or the drugstore or wherever, and really not know what I'm buying. Just the looks good. The girl said this will cover, do it. Take your word for it. And you never think about returning them. You know, Seint has a 30-day exchange or return. And look at my skin, guys. I look like a new person, don't I? Let's get some over my eyes here. Just like that. So back to Walter, yeah. So he's been pretty sick with really bad headaches and vomiting and everything not working right. You know how that goes. Almost like a flu, but soreness in his neck and bad headaches. Almost like migraines, but he's too old. The doctor said it's not common for somebody his age at 74 to get headache or get migraines, right? So I don't know. He thinks he's toxic from the first Christmas he got sick. Can't remember what, a turkey dinner, later turkey dinner, I can't remember, leftovers or something, but I'm not sure. Nobody else got sick, so. And then we ordered some, then we had something else. Ordered some Indian food. But then he gets sick and I don't, so we would both get sick if it's food poisoning. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with him. Don't know. It's not meningitis. It's not. The doctor can't figure it out. So anyway, we're going to go for some blood tests if I can take him out in this weather today. But go slow. It's flat. We don't have to hit any hills. So look at that. Look at that, guys. Does that look amazing? Maybe do a little mango. Whoops. Where is my mango? This is mango. It's a little darker than Athens. And I'm going to use a bit more of it today, just to give me a little more color. It's subtle. It's subtle in color. Compared to Versailles, or not Versailles, Athens. So if you're using Athens and it's not enough color, go to mango. Mango would be the next step, I think. All right. And then, of course, I always do a little bronzer, and I'm using Xandu bronzer. I can use the same brush, and I just tap Xandu across here. Just across here. Across my nose, just like you've been in the sun. And it's going to be interesting on the tariffs in Canada that, if you pardon my expression, the fool, as Hildy called him. I got a text from Hildy in Norway this morning, and she said, you know, she wants to get some product. I sent it to her. And, but she's worried about the tariffs. Are the tariffs going to be affected on the price soon for outside of the U.S., right? Because we're in Canada, of course. And I said, well, not yet. I says, who knows what the fool's going to do every day. She called him the fool. Man, she's got that right. And I hope other people are now figuring out that he's a fool. You can keep in mind I'm a Canadian, and Canada has no desire to be the 51st state. We're a proud, strong country, and we have no desire to be the 51st state under Donald Trump's rule. Can you imagine? Can you imagine being under Donald Trump's rule? And I'm a Canadian, he's my president. Not going to happen. We don't want to be a 51st state. We're fine where we are. We've always been fine. And we've always been good friends of the U.S. And we will continue to be that way as an individual. But, man, you know, I know many of you are from the U.S. and my heart goes out to you right now. It's so, and Musk making decisions on the government. You know, I don't talk politics on here, but boy, oh boy, I'm into it now. So, I don't know how anybody supported him. I don't think they realized how bad he was. And how bad, worse, he's going to become. We're talking truly dictatorship here. Enough on that. So, I guess in Canada, I'll be paying more for my Seint product, thanks to Donald Trump. And if it goes the other way around, and Canada reciprocates with a 25%, you're going to pay 25% of the products coming from Canada to the U.S. I'm proud of the Canadians, how much they're looking and using Canadian products. They're all over it, you guys. It's so cool to see people checking the labels and being so Canadian. And they won't stop. It's at a precedence now. You watch that continue, which is a good thing. Good thing. We should always, you know, Canada should have their own car. I mean, we're a good-sized country, you know, and we could do that. So out of a bad thing may come a good thing where we will become more independent, and we have a lot of resources. Of course we do, because Donald Trump wants them. But he doesn't need anything in Canada, right? He really doesn't, according to him. He doesn't need our lumber. He doesn't need anything. But he wants us. So if you don't need anything, why would you want us? Except for your own badge, an extra badge on your lapel. Another stroke. Okay, guys. Does that look good? Does that look good or what? I used Huckleberry, the new Lip and Cheek. I took out the Purple Rain, I think it was. This is Ultraviolet. I had Purple Rain, which is a dark, light black cherry. And it's in another container. But this is what I used this morning, was Huckleberry. It's really pretty. I like it. Nice shade. Looking good, right? Looking much better than when you saw me a few minutes ago. Okay. Did my eyeshadow? How about my brows? Let's do my brows. Right? Got my eyeliner. I keep wanting to look in my other mirror. I got my eyeliner. And I'm going to use Waltz for my eyebrows. Because I always do. Brighten up my light a little bit so you can see me. Make sure my brush is clean from the last time I used it. All right. Oops, magnifying. It's funny, I didn't do makeup at all yesterday, and it felt kind of great not to even bother, but I gotta tell you, I can only take one day of hibernating and not doing even makeup or anything, and that's enough for me. I have to get back into my life here and do what I do, right? I feel better, even if I'm not going anywhere. I've always said this to you guys, even if you're not going anywhere, get up, get dressed, and I got dressed yesterday. I don't stay around in my pajamas. I can't stand it. And I might go to the gym today if I think I can venture out of here. I was going to go with Jenny. She was going to pick me up. I might do that. I'll see. I'll see. How's that? Pretty good, right? And the last thing I'll do is I'll take my etch brush, the straight one, right? And I take my Versailles, and you see me do this, and I go just under my eyebrows and lighten up that area. Just brighten up that area, and it lifts your eyes. Just gives it a little bit of brightness in there. It's like that. And then I go up here, clean up this area. Brighten up that corner and sharpen it up, and that one. You can just tap with your finger to blend it. And that's it. That's it. A little lipstick would help, wouldn't it? Why don't I try Huckleberry? The bird. They're searching for food. This is Huckleberry. Dark. Can't find one light enough. That works. That turned it into a real peachy color. Let's see what this is. Huckleberry and taffy. I wonder if we still have taffy. It's a very light peach. That's pretty. There you go, guys. I haven't done a video for a while, but I thought I'd check in this morning and just catch up with you. Go do my hair. And you guys have a wonderful day. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.